Good morning everybody. I hope you're well at home and that you're staying very safe and that you're enjoying all of our home learning. Today we're going to be doing some maths and we're going to be talking all about halving. Halving. Now, we haven't talked about halving before, so you might think it's a little bit tricky, but once you know what it is, it's easy peasy. So I'm going to tell you what it is. Ready? Your listening ears on? Okay. Halving just means taking a whole and sharing it into two parts. So sharing a whole into two parts. Let's see if you can say it with me. Sharing a whole into two parts. Sharing a whole into two parts. Sharing a whole into two parts. Well done. So now we know that halving just means taking a whole and sharing it into two parts. But the parts need to be the same size. Because if I said to Mrs. Nettie, can I have half of your chocolate please? And she gave me a part that was that big and had a half that was that big on her own, it wouldn't be a half and it wouldn't be very fair, would it? So our halves need to be exactly the same size to make sure it's really fair. Now, our whole can be lots of different things. So if we think about Handa's surprise, and one of the things that she was carrying in her baskets was the fruit. So I've got some fruit here, I've got an apple, and I'm treating this as my whole. So if I'm sharing this into two parts, it means I need to cut it down the middle and make sure both of my halves are exactly the same. So I'm going to use a knife, but I'm going to use it really carefully. And if you were going to do this at home, you'd need to make sure you wash your hands first and that you had help with a knife from an adult. Okay, I'm going to take my knife and really carefully cut it in half. So I've cut my apple into two halves. Remember what I said, they need to be exactly the same. Have a look. I think I've done quite a good job and cut it into two equal parts. So here's one half and here's the other half. I have cut them into half. I have a posh word now. So instead of sharing into two, we're going to get our posh tea and we're going to say we are dividing by two. Dividing by two. Let's see if you can say it. Dividing. Dividing. It's very posh. We don't say share anymore because we're big reception children. We say divide. Divide. Well done. So we have divided our apple into two halves. Good job. So now I'm looking after a hamster at my house and he loves fruit and vegetables. He loves cucumber, he loves grapes and celery and carrots and lots of healthy food. So I need to find out what food he'd like and have a go at finding half. So I can have half and he can have half. Would you like to meet him? Okay, I'll show you him now. This is Mushroom. He loves to run around and explore and he especially loves cucumber. We have some cucumber but we need to make sure that he gets half. Okay, so now you've met my hamster, Mushroom, you know that he loves cucumber. So I have some cucumber and I've got a bowl for myself and a bowl for Mushroom. So we need to share the cucumber that I've cut up into equal parts. So I need the same as Mushroom to make sure that he doesn't get angry. Are you ready to help me? So now I'm going to share my cucumber between me and Mushroom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to give 1 to Mushroom, then 1 to me. There's me checking that I've got 6. Remember, we always need to check. 1 for me, 1 for Mushroom, 1 for me, 1 for Mushroom, 1 for me, and 1 for Mushroom. Now I've got my two halves that are exactly the same. Let's see how much Mushroom's going to get. 1, 2, 3. Should we check? 1, 2, 3. Now we've got some more. So let's see how many we've got now. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We've got 10 pieces of cucumber. One for me, one for mushroom. One for me, one for mushroom. One for me, one for mushroom. One for me, and one for mushroom. One for me, one for mushroom. Let's see how many we've got each. Let's see how many 1/2 is. Ready? Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1/2 of 10 is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And Mushroom seemed to enjoy the cucumber very much. He was so glad I saved him half and ate it all up. Bye bye, Mushroom. So, we've had a look at sharing a whole into 2 parts that are the same. We chopped our apple in half and we shared the cucumber between me and Mushroom. So we had a group of things that we were able to separate and share, or remember our posh word, divide into 2 equal parts. But now we're going to think about how we can work it out using our pen and paper, or my pen and my whiteboard. So I've got a funny sign here that has a 1 line and then a 2 underneath. You don't have to be able to write this, but it'd be good if you could see it and know that it says half. So our sentence is 1/2 of 8. So I've got my 2 circles, which are my 2 parts, and 8 is my whole. So we're going to split our 8 into 2 parts. So I'm going to count to 8. I'm going to put a circle in each one and share it like I did with my bowl for me and Mushroom. And when I get to 8, you need to shout stop. It's really important that we remember when to stop so we know how much is in each part, and so we know what 1/2 of 8 is. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Shall we see how many are in each part? Remember, both of our parts should be exactly the same. Let's find out if we've done it correctly. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 4 in this half. Let's check to make sure we did it right. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1/2 of 8 is, well done if you said 4. We've shared it or divided it into 2 different circles, so now we know that 1/2 of 8 is 4. Well done. We've got a different sentence. Remember, our sign means half, so we've got 1/2 of 4. So we're going to divide 4 into 2 parts and make sure they're the same. To make sure they're the same, we're going to put 1 in this one, then 1 in that one, 1 in this one, and 1 in that one. We're going to take it in turns. So remember, when I get to 4, you need to shout stop. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, stop. Well done. Let's see how many are in each half. Remember, they should be the same. 1, 2. Should we check the other ones the same to make sure we've done it right? 1, 2. So 1/2 of 4 equals 2. Well done. So today we have learned all about taking a whole and dividing it into 2 parts that are exactly the same. Do you remember what this was called? It was halving. Halving. So we thought about cutting some fruit into halves, sharing food. Remember our cucumber into halves for me and Mushroom, and then now we can do it on whiteboards or on our piece of paper. So now I would like you to take your paper or your book at home and have a go at finding 1/2 of 12. See if you can draw on your circles. You might even have a go at writing our half symbol and see if you can get the correct with an adult and send it in to us. Thanks so much, well done.